But it is very clear for us that having built telephony systems for 130 years and mobile systems for the last 30 years, we are part of building the nerve system for a society. We get deeply involved in anything that happens with society. So whenever it comes to involvements like this, it's an easy sell for us inside the company because everybody can see the tremendous value that it has. And on top of everything we do, the extra effort to give this and provide these tremendous values are still reasonable for us and well worth doing, both for good citizenships and for building deeper partnerships with our operators and with the countries we're in.
Can I put a question which I'm sure is on some people's mind? What's in it for Sony Ericsson? Is it about your image? Is it a money maker for you? Is there altruism involved? How do you see it as a play for your corporation, particularly in these difficult times?
Well, Sony Ericsson plays a very limited role in this. This is about the cell towers and the networks that we are rolling out. This will be, as you know, data sent to the meteorological stations for their forecasting. From there, we are also putting our development centers at work in Africa for using the data that then comes out from the centers. And think about from small entrepreneurs and small development software companies that can come up with services that they can actually sell as a commercial business to farmers and others about more attractive data for them. The same way as we provide information for fishermen, where to go and find the fish.
Right, Carl-Henric, thank you for the moment. Stand by. We've got a few more minutes to run on the discussion. But Agnes and Jeremiah, how do you see the take-up on this? The technology is moving in. We've heard from Sony Ericsson the speed at which they're moving it in. We've heard from David as well. How fast do you think the take-up will be particularly among people who don't instinctively understand much of the data, as David said, which is being produced at the moment?
Yeah. The way I can see the take-up of this project, we welcome the project. Yeah, the technology we are going to use is a good technology, but now we know that the raw data is not very much useful. I think before distributing the data to the end users, we need to send data to the NMSs. And this technology of now distributing data to users should come after analysis and verification of data to know that they are accurate for use. Then thereafter, it can be distributed. So the take-off of it, I think, is a good. We welcome this project and also the technology is okay.
Jeremiah, when you look at the experience so far in Africa, okay, it's early days, early months. What is the message which is going out for other parts of the world when you look at it from a WMO position?
This initiative, I think, also has to be placed in perspective because it's not the only initiative on the continent that seeks to address the data challenge. There's another one called ClimDev Africa, which is climate development for Africa. Again, the key issue there is climate stations and the ability to observe the climate at the scales. I think what is critical here is this technology provides us a good opportunity to acquire data at the scales at which adaptation decisions need to be taken. When you look at global climate models, they operate at 300-kilometer resolution. The level at which decisions about when to plant or when not to plant at a social level would take place at, say, a 10 to 5-kilometer resolution. And it is at that resolution where, in fact, the biggest gap in data and information lies. And I think this is the key benefit of this technology once it is fully deployed. And so we would say that one of the key things to do, I think, is sort out the warts, if I may call them that, and accelerate the project, because the benefits that we would acquire from it in the long run would basically far exceed the painful cost of going through the initial growing phases.
Would anyone, we've got 5 minutes to run on this segment, would anyone like to come in, particularly on the relationship to communicable diseases? Is Margaret Chan here? Yes, I thought, please. Could we get the microphone over here? The importance of this data for communicable diseases, at least 14, which are important for this kind of data.
Thank you very much, Nick. And I'd like to thank Coffee for... Sorry.
Would you like to stand up, actually, Margaret, because it could be that people can't quite see you here at the back. Margaret Chan from the WHO.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank Coffee for organizing this forum, and it is a pleasure to be here. I would like to say that climate change is an important issue for health, but it has been neglected for a long time. Coffee, I want to congratulate you. The polar bear has always been the poster child for climate change. And this forum, for the first time, put the right emphasis on the right face, and that is the human face.
On this particular segment, Margaret Chan, could you just address this issue of the importance for communicable diseases of this weather information in Africa?
Now, changes in temperature and also rainfall often affect the distribution of insect vectors, for example, mosquito. And it can grow in areas that before did not grow, and then cause malaria, dengue fever, and pose huge burden on communicable diseases. Another important point is flood, as we often see it, cause diarrhea, more cholera, as we are seeing in Zimbabwe, and the cyclone in Myanmar, as we are seeing, are also causing communicable diseases. But I have to say, countries are better prepared now than they were before because of the investment in early warning system through climate forecasts, as well as in their disaster plan preparedness.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to come in quickly? I can see one hand at the back there. Could I have a little more light, please, as well, Anthony? Because I can't see further back than about 4 rows. And then I had one more question there, and then we're going to move on, please. Could you be brief with your remarks?
Certainly. The name is Anthony Hill. I just want to find out a couple of things. Is that initiative using proprietary information or data or technology, or can it be rolled out by all other mobile operators? The key point is the cell tower. The second thing is that the World Weather Watch predated the World Wide Web, and I'm curious as to what other data collection technologies might have been used by the WMO, which itself is having the World Climate Conference in a matter of weeks. Thank you.
Carl-Henric, could you hear that question, particularly, maybe not in your interest to confirm this, but can this actually be rolled out essentially by any mobile operator now?
Well, this is certainly something we do with any mobile operator. For us, it's important that we put it on the towers that we put up, but we don't own the towers. At the end of the day, they're owned by the operator. We do this many times with Sony, but also with MTN and Orange, and for us, it's no difference who the operator is, as long as they're interested in taking on the service as it comes in the future.
All right, and I'm afraid I couldn't hear the second part of the question about the World Wide Web, I think. Jeremiah.